The Quran tells us the story of two men. One of them has basira, the vision of the heart, the ability to perceive the deeper realities of life. And the other one, he's ghafil, he's trapped in doubt. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
واضرب لهم مثل الرجلين جعلنا لأحدهما جنتين من أعناب وحففناهما بنخل وجعلنا بينهما زرعا كلتا الجنتين آتت أكلها ولم تظلم منه شيئا وفجرنا خلالهما نهرا وكان له ثمر فقال لصاحبه وهو يحاوره أنا أكثر منك مالا وأعز نفرا ودخل جنته وهو ظالم لنفسه قال ما أظن أن تبيد هذه أبدا وما أظن الساعة قائمة ولئن رددت إلى ربي لأجدن خيرا منها منقلبا قال له صاحبه وهو يحاوره أكفرت بالذي خلقك من تراب ثم من نطفة ثم سواك رجلا.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, He granted one of those two men two big gardens with a river flowing between them, and they're full with fruits and palm trees. But despite these blessings, arrogance and doubt still filled his heart. And whenever he would walk into these gardens, he would say, I don't think this will ever perish, or that the day of judgment will ever come. And he'd even say, and if I return to my Lord, I'll definitely get a better outcome than all of this. His friend though, who saw with the vision of his heart, he recognized Allah's wisdom and reminded him that the contentment with Allah's choices is far greater than the material wealth of more gardens. But when calamity eventually struck, this man's true vision began to open up. It allowed him a moment of clarity. And it's in these decisive moments that we can awaken, using them to turn towards Allah and escape doubt. This awakening is through basira, the vision of the heart, allowing us to view life through a lens of certainty from then on. The scholars teach us that humans have two types of vision. The first is the basar, the physical sight, and basira, the vision of the heart. Basar allows us to see the external existence of things, but it's often superficial. While basira, it allows us to understand their deeper realities. The basir comprehends the truth with certainty, finding joy in what benefits him and sorrow in what deserves it. Basar gives things their external weight, but basira, it evaluates their true value. And here's why we need to see with the vision of our heart. Seeing rightly will lead us to righteous actions, while seeing wrongly will inevitably result in missteps. Allah addresses the blindness of the heart in the Quran when He says,
أَفَلَمْ يَسِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ فَتَكُونَ لَهُمْ قُلُوبٌ يَعْقِلُونَ بِهَا أَوْ آذَانٌ يَسْمَعُونَ بِهَا فإنها لا تعمى الأبصار ولكن تعمى القلوب التي في الصدور.
Have they not traveled through the land and have hearts by which to reason and ears by which to hear? True blindness, it isn't the loss of physical sight, but the lack of vision of what truly matters in Allah's eyes. Many of the greatest figures in our Islamic history, they may have lacked physical sight, but Allah granted them the vision of the heart, allowing them to live lives of certainty and faith. The Basir sees everything in its true light. What holds value in the sight of Allah, it's what occupies his life, while the worthless, it's all left behind. Though you may experience sadness, it doesn't consume you, and joy, it doesn't distract you from worship. You recognize the blessings with gratitude and find mercy in calamity, aligning your actions with what pleases Allah. And on the Day of Judgment, everyone will possess basira. But the basir will be grateful for having followed the right path in this dunya, while those without it, they will feel deep regret. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran,
بل الإنسان على نفسه بصيرة ولو ألقى معاذيره.
Man will be a witness against himself, even if he offers excuses. And on that day, everything will appear in their true worth. What is valuable to Allah will be honored, and what is contrary will be belittled. There's three main sources of doubt in a human's life: the lack of knowledge, dominance of personal desires, and societal influence. Our goal in each episode, inshallah, is to provide knowledge from the Quran and Sunnah, truths that help you see beyond the superficial with the eyes of your heart. And then there's the struggle between the huda, the guidance of Allah, and the hawa, our personal desires. And that struggle is what defines our journey. If you follow the shaitan, you live for fleeting pleasures. But if you follow the Prophet, you experience the sweetness of Allah's permissible joys, illuminated by the vision of your heart. Our aim is to remove the barriers of hawa, which lead to spiritual blindness and keep you trapped in doubt, so we can transform from doubt to certainty. And lastly, we often choose environments or friends that follow their desires. And Allah warns us not to follow those whose hearts are heedless. It's not about rejecting our communities, but about uplifting one another in search for basira, so we can journey together from doubt to certainty. Join me on this journey to activate your true vision, the vision of your heart, so you can allow it to see with certainty and follow what pleases your Lord, so you can gain the best of both worlds, the dunya and the akhirah.